All right. Hey, gang, let's start. Code Extreme Day 7. So, this is the day of truth. Done, done, done. Will we be all done today or not? So, let's jump in and see what's what. All right. Um, and I've been keeping in touch with Frosty as well. He's going to be at the 9 o'clock call today, the one from Startup Week. So, we'll get a chance to chime in with him. Let me know if you need to meet with him directly. Of course, you can Slack him directly, but if you need him on the call, on a call or a next call, um, late in a few hours, let me know and I'll bring him on as well. All right, let's go to our overall project board. Seems like I keep moving cards and I keep adding cards, which are, we're going to rinse and repeat for our next code extreme, right? So I had a couple cards. I realized that we do need to get the data. So we need to start looking for that. So I pinged the Frosty and I'll ask around. I'm pretty sure there's a way. Paula, Kevin, you can probably help with this as well. How can we get a data set of all the Rhode Island specifically, because we're going to start there, but the US addresses, property addresses. I know there's a way to get it. I just don't remember how. Maybe through the US Postal Service, we can get a list. Yeah, so we just need to get that. So I added that card. And what else have I done? We moved some cards over. So as you notice, there's a lot more in the all done column. And I added a card here for Jerry and Godwin in regards to just the YouTube channel banner. So we just need that up. And hopefully we'll be, not hopefully, I will be pushing videos today. So videos will be live on the channel, hopefully before the 9 o'clock call. All right, so that's it for my updates. Let's jump over to the project board, which is not empty, but looking great, right? I think we've definitely crossed the halfway mark with things that we have to get done. All right, I see some asterisks as well, so that means there may be some questions. So let's start with the back end folks. So Ituno, Mary, are you there?
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hey.
Okay, so this morning we decided to still stick with the workflow, but just to hasten things up a bit. The few people who have full stack skills on the back end should and are interested would just work also with the front end on helping fast track some of the front end tickets. Meanwhile, yeah, we're still making progress on the back end. I know now that the edits create profiles and all of those are done. So currently just integrating them. Apart from that, there's really nothing more. We are basically just sticking with the workflow, but beginning to see tickets moving on the front end side. So we believe we should make a lot more progress today.
Nice, nice, nice. I noticed that property management is account management is done, property management is almost done, and so the reviews part is pretty much the last big piece here.
Yes, the reviews part is the last big piece. Most of
Yeah.
properties management and user profile management are close to being done. Once the UI is 100% set up, it just flies, of which most of them are already set up. So yeah.
Okay, nice, nice. All right, that's good stuff. I'm gonna move. I tried to just sort stuff out. Just resort, reorder some priorities here. I just moved the reviews at the top. I'm gonna pull claims down. Well, I'll leave it. I'll make claims there. And then these other screens, I don't know if we did design for the categories, review categories, coding of review categories, but we can just use, if we don't have a design for that, we can just use the style guide, because these are admin only screens. Yeah. Awesome. And I guess I do need to get the Google Analytics code for you all, the Google Analytics and the AdSense. So let me just ping Frosty now. He's tech enough, he'll know what that means.
Kino, please, just one question.
Yeah.
Review categories. What is that? I've been seeing that everywhere, but can't seem to make any sense out of it.
Ah, so review categories. Let's go to it. Oops, wrong project. So, when you're leaving a review for a tenant or for a landlord, right? Let's back up. Amazon. When Amazon, you're leaving a review for Amazon or a movie site, there are specific categories that you leave the review, right? It's not just a blanket, hey, I like this, this was cool, or I don't like this, like Netflix. It's more of a like Uber, review them on specific categories like cleanliness or prompting paying rent or prompting fixing stuff. So different categories that individuals would be reviewed on, so they can give a 1 to 5 house or stars on individual categories in addition to a comment. So those categories, we're not going to manage those categories. We're going to let Frosty manage those categories. So here we have where the category has a description, an image if he so desires, a type. So this is something that only applies to the property or only applies to the landlord. I said property, this should be tenant. Only applies to the tenant or only applies to the landlord. And then a value, right? So let's give an example. If it's a tenant only category, the description is, does the tenant pay rent on time? And then you pick burning house 1, 2, 3, 4 house, right? That's the value for the category. So it's just really simple. Yeah. And then now when you go to review, see here, the review, the ratings. Oh, we should have called this reviews, right? But we renamed this ratings to reviews. But anyway, the reviews is just a list of these categories. So let's say, do they pay rent on time? So this is a landlord reviewing a tenant, and Frosty created a category, rent on time, keeps the yard clean, fun to be with, make it up. So when the landlord is reviewing, they're going to get those 3 categories, those 3 tenant only, and the both categories in their list, and they can just add the review accordingly. That makes sense?
Yeah,
So there.
sure. I'm just trying to
Mhm.
see how that plugs with the current design.
Um, you're talking the reviews, the reviews thing in particular, the reviews screen in particular.
No, the reviews category, the way you just described it, it doesn't seem to plug with what we currently have as the design, unless I'm missing a piece.
All right, let's go to the design. I mean design, right? Not architecture design.
Design, yeah.
Mm.
Figma design.
Yeah, all right, I'm bringing that up now. Let's see.
This is the user view, not the admin. This is the user view.
Okay, so where do I add the review? As here?
No, go down. I think scroll
Not
down.
this one?
No, this page, but down that page, like down that row.
Okay.
This is it.
And so
Yeah.
this is the land, this is as the coming from the reviews page, and you select the property. So let's bring up sketchboard as well. All right, so we're going from. All right, so from here, we're on landlord, right? So we're the landlord and we're going from reviews. Yeah. So landlord going from my reviews, they're selecting the property. Okay. Going from my reviews, they're selecting the property. Um, then they're about to add, they're validating that they own the property. They're selecting the tenant. Once they've selected the tenant, they're adding the review. So what's missing here? The part that's missing here, down to the part where you add the review, the one piece that's missing is this. So it's not just one review. This part here, where we have add review, is just simply a list of different review categories. So you see where you see add review here, it would probably say, does tenant pay rent on time? And that value is being pulled from review categories, right? So does tenant pay rent on time? You know what to display because you're a landlord. So you want to see only the tenant only reviews and both review categories, I should say, tenant only and both, because you're a landlord. And so it's just a matter of repeating this section here for as many times as there are review categories that are applicable. I think that's the only difference here. You select the house, you enter your text, and then you hit add review, and that's it. I think that's the only tweak. Let me see. And then there's an overall comment at the end, which now that I see this on the screen, it might not be necessary because you're adding a comment. Actually, we have a problem. This is the review category that will be displayed multiple times. But in terms of saving the review, we only have a structure that adds the review categories as lists. It's really not the review categories as lists. We need a structure that has a copy or references the review category to capture the individual information for that particular review. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Ituna, you follow that or goodness?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we missed that. Dang it. All right, code extreme. All right, so let's adjust this. So let's see the fixes. So from a design perspective, it's just a matter of copying this for each review, right? 1 to 5, with 0 being the house on fire, right? The burning house. So that's a simple, straightforward piece. From a user story perspective, that doesn't change at all. From a process flow, that doesn't change at all. So the only other change we're making is the data structure, right? So what are we going to call it? Let's call it this. Let's tweak the name after. So user review categories. And it is, and then here, we're going to point to that instead. We're going to point it to that instead. And then this itself will be pointing to the review categories by reference. And then, actually, not in the interest of time, here's what we can do instead. Tell me what you think about this, Ituno. Instead of having this be admin controllable, the review categories, how about if we we hard code the categories and we put the different categories in settings. And
That
so
works.
we're using this as the copy. Yeah. Because how often are you going to change categories anyway? That works?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do that. That's the least evasive. Yeah. And now it works perfectly. So the list of review categories will be stored. And now it works. So the value and the image, view categories. And so far with the design, we don't have an image to go with every review category. So let's just pull that out because it's probably not needed. So that's gone. So we just have the values, which is always going to be the same. And then the type and the description, we can put this whole structure in settings. Right? So we have type, description. That is now all stored in settings. Yeah. So all we're storing now is just the value and the comment. So this comment goes away. And this, we add the comment here. I think we just simplified everything because some of the screens that we would have to create, we no longer have to do it. And the CRUD user story now goes away. So that goes away. And that goes away. So type and description goes away. Type, description. And now if we want an image, we can even put that. Does that jive? Does that still work? So the value, the comment really, yeah, we can call it comment or note or review. Here's the reviews. Here's a list. That list is value plus the note. That goes to the Figma, value plus the note. You know all those lists to populate because you're pulling it from settings. So you have a structure that has type and description. Problem solved?
Yeah. So these updates that you made here, are they going to reflect in Trello or?
So this here, yes, let's now go update Trello. So we no longer need to do add edit review. Nope, I'm sorry. This one, add edit review category details. So we don't need that anymore. All right, so that's not necessary anymore. And that's not necessary anymore. So we just knocked off 2. What else isn't necessary anymore? Is there anything else with review categories that was started? No, I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Oh, this one. So sorry, Mary, you there? How far did you get on this one? So there's nothing here. We're just going to restructure to pull from settings. So there's no CRUD that's necessary anymore. So do we just pull this off as not doing and factor that into reviews? Or do we reword this? I think we can just factor it into when we're actually creating the reviews. Itono, Mary?
Sorry, I didn't follow that.
No, I'm saying this card here that Mary is working on, do we need to keep this card anymore? Since the reviews, what this card was doing, we're now going to move that to settings. And whoever does the first review card can just create that structure in settings. So we don't need this card anymore.
I don't think we do.
Yeah. All right. Mary, disagree? Agree? You're on mute. Mary having internet issues? All right, let's move it. All right. All right. We just made our life a little bit easier. Cool. All right, Ituna, anything else?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. Cool. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. Goodness. OJ, you're up.
All right. So we got done with the user. I think add edit user piece. That piece. Properties and reviews are currently in dev. Yeah, and other cards, and then we'll also the user layout is going through. So for like most of the user pages, and because there's some features that the backend guys need that we are not like presently on. We have had right now one backend dev has taken up a UI card. So it's just I think she reached out and just I gave her context on what she needed to do and the piece she needed to have, and so she would make the UI and wire it up. So yeah.
Yeah.
So if there are any more of them like that, we can give them context and then they can build the feature. We can comment to if there's any cleaning up, but there are quite a number of full stack devs on the back end. So yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. So that looks like Rosemary and Sotunde are doing some front
I
end
know
stuff.
Rosemary was the one I give context. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sotunde, you can jump in as well, yourself and Ola, because you guys are full
Yeah,
stack.
just you can, if you need any clarity, just ask me. I'll tell you where we are at on that page. And if nobody's working on it, definitely you can jump in and do it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, certainly. I don't know if they're on the call, but Ola, Satunde, just, coordinate with Ituna and Mary first, make sure they don't have an assignment for you. And then you can, ping goodness OJ to do some front end stuff. Yeah, which is something we probably should have thought of before, but yeah, it's a good idea. Really good idea. All right. So, designers. So I guess I just gave you a little extra to do. But I think we'll be fine even if you don't get to it. It's just updating this to be a list.
Okay.
And adding the burning house as the other option as well as 0.
Okay.
But other than that, do you have anything? I don't think so.
No. We don't.
Okay.
No, I don't have anything from my end.
Okay. All right, cool. Jerry, Godwin, as soon as you have that YouTube banner, yeah, just drop it in the channel. That will be good.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kilo. We'll drop it.
Oh, by the way, if y'all didn't see this, so Tony and I were able to, so Mary, Blossom, Rosemary, and Dami, we're able to actually click publish and download code, and this is another version. So if you notice, URL is different. So there are two paths to going from Goat SaaS. One is you click it and the Goat SaaS infrastructure is going to manage everything for you. And then the other path is you download the code and you are going to manage everything for yourself. So this is the path where we're managing everything for you, right? If you remember when we first uploaded the code, this is what it looks like. So when you finish updating all the UI designs, it's going to be here. And in some use cases, this might be good enough because it's an internal structured, very structured process. Like, hey, I have a spreadsheet, I'm now making it a SaaS platform. Then this would work. And we just, we're going to update this UI a little bit. The option that we took, we downloaded the code and we ran launch. And then, this is what you're using now. So just wanted to show you this. This was actually a big milestone for us to be able to do this. So good stuff. All right, y'all.
I wanted to point something out to you in GoTas. I noticed maybe something that might be improved on. Do you mind to screen up a bit? I wanted to point something out to you in GoTas.
Yeah, sure.
That you might want to improve on.
Okay.
It's the features, not this, the features.
Oh, go up to features. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So there are times that you might want to select all the features at once. What happens, how it is done is there could be a checkbox just above them, rather than selecting everything one by one, a checkbox that selects all for you.
Yeah, right here. Got you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Yeah. We actually have a story. Because right now we have select to mark for review, mark as accepted. There's another story we want to multi-select for delete. And we'll do it in that one. But thank you, Jeremiah. That's a good one. Good stuff.
You're welcome.
Good stuff. All right, that's it. I won't keep you any longer. If there's any issues, just Slack. Let's be chatty today. Today's our last day. And we feel really close. Just the review section done. Philip, I didn't give you a chance to give an update. I'm sorry. Philip, you want to go really quick?
Okay, yeah. I basically have no update like that. I'm just basically testing out all the PRs that I've already matched to dev and just ensuring that everything is working well and working fine. So I'm going through the UI and the design and ensuring that everything is tiling together. So
okay,
that's my little update.
Okay. All right, cool. So you don't have a full plate of things that need to be. I see a lot of things in dev complete, but I'm assuming those are waiting for UI integration.
Yes, I assume that also. They haven't gotten into for QA yet.
Okay. All right, I added so it's enough for your team. I added a label called waiting for UI integration. Just add, so when you're all done and you have stuff in dev complete, and if you are waiting, just add that label. So that way, we don't mix up, something that could have gone through QA is actually just sitting there because we think it's waiting for UI integration. Okay. So I think that's what it's called, waiting for UI integration or something close to that. All right, cool. All right, team. Well, we'll see you again at 9. Itunu and Quinet, you probably get picked on today at the 9 o'clock call. So it won't be anything big. Just be prepared to show your lovely faces. Cool beans.
Huh?
I wanted to say something. In Nigeria here, today is, I don't know how, but today seems like not the day to show faces.
It's not what to show faces?
It's maybe not the day to show faces. I don't know.
Today's not the day to show faces?
Show faces for Nigeria.
This is no face day in Nigeria? I don't understand. What's going on? Tell me.
There's something going on. So the lot of us will most likely be lying down or sleep, not sleeping, but we'll be lying down basically.
I think the shorter word day might have for you today is Republic Day. Yeah.
you need to make it sweet now.
So, sorry. What holiday is it? Shame on you. What holiday is it today?
I'm coming. Let me check the name.
You don't even know the name? All right, you're disqualified. You don't know the name of the holiday, you're disqualified.
It's the birthday of Prophet Muhammad.
Okay. So today's the birthday of Prophet Muhammad. Understood. Exactly. I'm sorry. I did not realize that was a holiday. All right.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's part of Code Extreme. That's real deal. Yeah.
Extreme.
it is extreme. Well, so here's a question. Let me stop the recording. This is enough to be public. All right, Code Extreme. Will we have the full team to finish? Tune in next time at Code Extreme.